STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel,
Champions.
the one and only channel with two Ks. I don't know where I was going with that one. However, far we were from a wild goose chase as we queried Google. Pause, roll back. As we queried the failing search engine Google for the terminology bank run. What is a bank run? Well, actually,
We should have asked ChatGPT
we should
this
have asked
question.
ChatGPT.
Well,
Actually,
why are we
Yes,
using
I just thought about that. We should have asked ChatGPT. But since we are here with this bamboo search engine, we'll settle. Let's read the basic term. Banks exist on the collective belief that when you put money in the banks, it will still be there along, well, when you get back, the bank will still be there along with your money. Jeez. I'm slacking these days, man. I am skipping,
Just like the banks.
hopping. Exact. Well, I don't know if anybody can slack like the banks, man. These people are. This is not slacking. Actually, the banks are very active and productive people. They're productive at what they do, scamming the shit out of the earth.
Mm.
Can't compete with them on that. When enough investors start withdrawing the money from the bank, there is a worry that the bank will run out of money. This causes other people to scramble to withdraw their funds.
Can I say something real quick though?
Go ahead.
Bank exists on the collective belief, not on the collective facts. The collective belief
Yes, it's belief now.
that
Yes.
when you put your money, your
Yeah.
store of value,
Yes.
everything that you work so hard for,
Yes.
in paper currency or whatever value you want to put it in the bank with,
Yeah.
it will still be there. Amen, somebody. Is it still there?
It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by anything. It's not there because there's anything there. It is just there because a bunch of people said, "Hey, give us your money to hold it for you." If I wrote up
I have to say though,
If I wrote up on someone right now, I was like, "Hey, I see you have 100K there. Let me hold it for you. You can come back and take it whenever." And then it's just a belief. You just have to believe me that I'm going to
collective
have
belief.
the bank. Yeah,
There's
it's a
no
collective
law. There's no
belief.
regulation. It's just good marketing campaign.
Yet,
Put your money with us.
these
You're
are the
safe.
same people that say that Bitcoin has no value because they don't think that it is something that they can believe in. It is physical. You can go and run a Bitcoin node and verify the blockchain for yourself.
And know that your money is safe for yourself.
It's not collective belief, ladies and gentlemen. It's science. Okay. But here's the fact of the matter. Banks are the problem in our society. If we're going to fix the money problem, we have to do away with the current banking system, the current financial system as it is. Let us look at the History Channel here. Double O.
History. I love the History Channel, man. When I was in high school, I was stuck on the History Channel every day, all weekend long. But, not all history is facts. But,
Oh, history is
not all
fact.
history is facts. But
This
this
is
one
true.
right here, they're
Yeah.
telling on themselves, man. They're
Yes.
telling on themselves big time.
How bank failures contributed to the Great Depression.
Great Depression of 1929, 1931, 32. And it happened again in 2008,
Listen.
caused by the banks again. And now we're having it going on again right now.
You can put it this way: how everything that has gone wrong financially in our economy, really across the globe, is the bank's problem.
Consistently.
And they do this through some specific methods.
Tell them.
One thing we have is this banks extending too much credit. Happened back in 1929. It is happening today.
Right now, 2023.
It happened back in 2008.
Before that, yep, 2006, 2007.
Okay, 6, 7. So these people are doing the same scamming ass behavior and expecting different outcomes. As a matter of fact, I don't think that they're expecting different outcomes. They're expecting to just screw over people. It seems like this is because, again, it kind of comes down to the mathematical aspects of these things, man. It is simple math. And when we find ourselves in this situation where things start hitting the fan, We all keep asking, well, how could they do that? How could they be that
Mm-hmm.
stupid, right? But it's happened over and over again.
So during this time, right, 1929 crash.
Yeah.
So motor vehicles were coming out, radio, refrigerators.
Mm.
So people were like, oh, this is a new business. Let me borrow so much money. As
Yeah.
always, the bank would take $10,
Right.
but they will loan out to $100, right? Over leveraging, stock margins, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And exactly the same thing they did in 2008. Oh, the real estate market is pumping. As a matter of fact, we had a dot-com issue similar to that. Overloaning the startups, the dot-com startups, too much money.
Right.
We have that going on right now. So much banks trying to get involved in the crypto space. It's madness.
All right.
Repetition,
Well,
man.
here's the thing. I know the people don't. I think it has to be considered intentional at this point, right? It's a fool me once, shame on you.
Shame on me.
Shame on you. No, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Oh yeah,
Fool me 3 times.
it's a kerfuffle.
It's a kerfuffle. We let this clap, or if you're J. Cole, you're like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign.
Pra.
Yeah, we in there. Bang, bang. Let the chopper rain on you. Well, the other thing that this same group of people keep doing, the banks, is they keep ignoring the Federal Reserve. I'm just going to read a bit of this excerpt here. It says the Fed, which serves as America's central bank, did try to rein things in. The Fed tried to rein things in. Get the flying dog crap out of here, man.
The
Are you
flying dog
kidding me?
fiat.
These people have their foot on the printer. They had to switch over to digital because they could not make enough ink to print money fast enough for these people, man.
Yeah.
Huh? Albeit too slowly and too late in the game. Listen, tell me one time that the Fed has gotten it right, bro. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of shit that we read these days is bullshit, bro, to be honest with you, man. A lot of these things, they seem like legitimate publications. They seem like they know what they're talking about.
Too late to the game, really?
It's too late to the game. Why are we calling it too late to the game? They don't know what they are doing. They can never get it right. If you say someone is too late if you say someone is late, then you have to say that you have to compare it to something, right? At least they were early before, right? Like if you showed up, right, and I'm like, hey, Double O, every time you're always late.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, you'll be like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's been times in your life where you show up. As a matter of fact, you like being early,
Yeah.
right? But then I'm like, you're always late.
Mm.
You're gonna be like, what the heck?
hell's going on
Right?
here?
Like, what the heck? Because then you can show me times when you have been early before. So I know that it is not a
Show you the
habit.
facts.
It is not intentional. You'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been. Then we're like, okay, you made a mistake. You get it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But if you have never been early in your life, bro,
time.
and I tell you you're always late,
Reacting late. Look at the interest rates that they're doing now, which we don't
You know
even
what I mean?
need. They hyping up interest rate at the last minute.
so you cannot show me a time in history that the Federal Reserve has gotten it right.
Never. There's not one time.
Why
they've been
are
on
we
time.
expecting them to get it right now or in the future?
That is why Ron Paul will say, "Hey, get rid of the feds."
All right. Bitcoin will get rid of the Feds. It's not asking.
You don't even need the person. Technology will do it.
Yes. So we see the Fed sent warning letters to the banks,
Yeah.
right? To which the Fed itself provided credit. It sent letters to these banks that it was providing credit to them. They said it was providing credit to them. It was printing money. Because we've done a video on this as well. They said they were providing credit. Let's call it what it was. They were counterfeiting, printing money, and handing it over to their friends at the bank.
Boom.
And then their friends were taking that money and counterfeiting it again and borrowing it to people. And then now you cannot reel the money back in.
We'll keep telling y'all, man, when you read this stuff, man, pay attention to where it's coming from and take the time to dissect it. Thank you for doing that, Brazen.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing this thing for, man. We're reading in between the lines. This is reading comprehension. I don't know if they give it to you guys in high school anymore. But, we got you. So, look, man, these guys printed money, gave it to their friends. Their friends took the money, bought out all the politicians. Now they run the whole show.
Yep.
So everything that we see now is a facade.
Facade. It's a
They
smoke
can
and
change
mirrors.
the direction of this thing anytime.
Either way they want.
Well, let's move on to some other ideas then. The banks didn't maintain adequate reserves.
Ah, you
What is this one
surprised?
about?
You surprised? Exactly. They just did it after COVID. They were like, oh, you're not required to actually have money in the banks anymore.
Right.
You can just spend it all. Before they were required to have 20%, they moved it down to 10% of whatever their balances are. Now it's like, no, it could be literally 0%. Spend away, loan away.
That has essentially taken out a security measure that was put there to avoid catastrophe, right?
Hey.
And so when it happens, then we're all gonna go, oh well, why were those requirements removed? But they're doing it ahead of time, and it's happening again right now,
Doing it right now.
right?
Hasn't
So
changed.
why are we expecting anything different?
History rhymes. History repeats itself.
Okay,
Name it whatever you want to name it.
there we go. Of course, banks. I like the last one. It just says banks need fixing.
Hey, what else can you say?
There's nothing else to say to that, man. I don't think that anyone does not know at this point in time that they're getting wrecked by their banks.
Yep, the Glass-Steagall Act didn't do jack nothing.
Nothing, right? So,
The 1933 Banking Act didn't do nothing. It's the same thing though, but
here's the
changing the
interesting
name.
thing.
Still
I
the same
don't,
thing.
I don't know if I would say it's a love-hate relationship or whatever it may be, but let's call it people who understand Bitcoin but don't have Bitcoin. Ray Dalio breaks it down for us in a video here, right? Let's check this out.
They were trying to fix money that went from gold standard to fiat standard. Talking about being on time and knowing what the hell you're doing.
This is they're trying to fix money. It went from gold standard to fiat standard.
I just trying to tell y'all, man. The people that you have trying to control your life, they don't even know how to get it right.
Yeah. We'll call them Western Prince from now on. Scammers. Western Prince. All right, well, hear this here. Here's what Ray Dalio says. I mean, Ray Dalio is a reputable.
It's my internet mentor. I love his books.
Oh, yeah?
I used to follow him, but my mentor is dropping the ball on me, man.
Nah, listen, man. When it comes to Ray Dalio, man, I'm only like half foot in, half foot out. He's a reputable guy, but I follow some of the things that he says with caution, bro.
He's a banker, of course. You can trust him all the way.
Yeah, I cannot dive in, bro. I think something as well. Him and Gigi Ping are also sharing money.
Boom! I bet you're too smart, man. That's why I like this guy.
I'm just saying, bro. You know,
How do you play the game of globalization?
Yeah.
Know the system, and then come back and stand to the side and say, "Oh, this is how the system works."
Yeah.
Come on, man. You were part of the old destruction.
listen, there's snake tendency somewhere in there. But just listen to the words without.
Oh man, he has that MIT Stanford cross your leg business school.
Yeah, Obama does that shit.
Yeah, they
what's
teach
his
him
name?
that in the MBA program.
I really think they teach him that shit, bro.
Yeah,
I cannot trust people who cross their leg like that. Ridiculous. Anyway, listen, man. These people. This is why I say intellectual dishonesty, because these people know what they're doing. They're just choosing to be the way they are right now. So let's play this on.
Which the world order is going to change.
Yes, we're changing the world order. Okay. In 1945, we started the new world order. What I mean is, throughout history, there's a fight for control because there's no.
He literally started to saying, "We are changing the world order." Who's we?
Exactly.
And in 1945, it's like the EU and America. It's like they want to
listen. The Western princes. That's who we is. The Western princes, man. They have decided it is time. We don't like the system anymore. We'll change it. Ridiculous.
World court that you go to and plead your case. And so there's a fight for power. So there's a war, and then the winners come out of that war, and the winners set the rules. And so 1945, the United States had 80% of the world's money. Gold was money at the time. It had half the world's GDP. It had a monopoly on military power. So the U.S. set the world order. That's why the United Nations is in New York.
Thoughts?
So you were beneath the reason why the World War II started.
Right.
You stayed out of it. Let everybody mess themselves up, right?
Right.
These people talk as if war is just just something that happens. This is people's lives,
Well,
businesses,
listen.
everything.
People's lives to those people is nothing but a number. There's a price. There's a price. How much is it gonna make me if I roll through this village of Africans here who are starving and everything? How much money would it make me if people find out? How much of trouble am I gonna get into? Who do I need to pay off to make that trouble go away?
Yeah.
If you're making more money than what the trouble is, then screw it, man.
That is what Shell is doing in Nigeria right now.
Yeah,
With the oil
yeah.
situation.
We're plowing over your village. We're plowing over your neighborhood. We're plowing over anything that you think is valuable to you if it's making us money. That
That's
is
the
what these people are. It's numbers. It is money. It does not. Life is whatever. It's not. There is no such thing as life. It's
And they
just
don't
money.
care. They accumulate. Just like I said, 1945, we
Yeah.
have 50% of the world's GDP. We have 80% of the world's gold.
Yeah,
Where did you get all that gold from? Snatch it.
robbed it from everybody else. He said it already. You fight, right? You assert dominance essentially, and then you make the rules for everybody else.
Global military power.
Yes.
Monopoly on that too.
Nothing else. That is straight up the definition of bullying.
Yeah. And literally printing the money out of thin air. You didn't GDP your money into that money.
No, you
just
robbed
printed
everybody
money.
else of their money, made your money a legal tender, and then told everybody else that they cannot do it.
Yep.
Okay, push on.
Washington, D.C. has the IMF and the World Bank.
And its currency became the reserve currency.
And its currency became the reserve currency because of that. That's
Its currency became the word of God. You forced it. How did the currency became the word? They
Just
make it
like it
sound
happened.
like they make it sound like someone opened the Bible and it was just like, and on the 10th day, God said the US dollar is a reserve currency. Get the fuck.
Wait a second though. It said that IMF and World Bank, that's the reason why they're in Washington DC and New York.
Yes.
Remember that was that video that was telling you that Dubai is making a push to move the financial industry to their country.
Yes.
They're not gonna make that happen. Then they can't allow that to happen. They want to stick it to New York, DC, and California for the tech industry. Any other country that tries that mess, don't be surprised if something crazy happens there.
They're gonna have a hard time pulling that off. At the same time, though, I think the US has kind of put itself in a situation where it's going to be difficult for us to make something because if something out of the ordinary happens. Actually, pause. Actually, I don't even want to speculate on that because here's the thing: the Nord Stream pipeline that was blown up. There's going to be consequences for that shit, and it has not even happened yet. I'm still waiting on that. You're not gonna go blow up this Nord Stream pipeline and then just expect that nothing is gonna happen. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, it's interesting that you said the Nord Stream pipeline.
Yeah.
Because the Nord Stream pipeline, we kind of contributed to that when we were pushing the globalization agenda, right?
We contributed to the Nord Stream pipeline.
Yes, with the oil Europe and Europe trying to get their oil or their natural gases from Russia
Yes.
and all that good stuff.
Yes.
But the moment that fell apart, we've always wanted Europe to trade. We did a video about this, talking about the exchange. Why aren't they going through Canada
Yes.
to get
Yes.
oil and gas from us?
Right.
Why are they going to Russia?
Right.
And we're like, okay, Europe, stop looking at Russia. Look at us. We're your trade partners. Don't look at Russia.
Yes.
And help break through at Russia. Oh, this is
Well,
a great opportunity
let
to
me-
force them to be our trade partner.
Right. So now I'll ask you this: if Germany wanted to be trade partners, or Europe wanted to be trade partners with Russia, right? Shouldn't they still be able to do that? Whether it is in our benefit or not, they have the right to do that. You know,
That is,
they have the right to do that. There's free countries over there. They can do whatever they want.
that's what goes, like, that goes against the world order that they want. That's what I'm saying.
I understand. They have the right to do that.
We, the
But-
citizens, have no problem with that. It's the companies or the
No,
institutions.
it's not even
that are
citizen.
trying to benefit from that.
Yeah. So, well, citizen or not, right? Check this out. As a leader of Germany, as a leader of Russia, as a leader of Ukraine, wherever, right?
Polish countries.
You have the right. You don't need permission from the U.S. to decide to trade with any other country. You don't need permission from the U.S. to decide to go to war with another country. That's just facts.
But you have the G7, the G5, G20.
It does not matter, bro.
That is why they go to have these meetings.
I understand. But listen, because when the US gets up and decides to roll into someone's country, they do not consult with anyone.
No, they don't.
They just talk about it here in Washington, D.C., and they take off and roll.
Yeah.
Right? Any other country has the right to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The outcome of it is whatever.
Everybody else deals with it.
Yes. The only reason people don't do it is because there is going to be consequences for those actions.
Mm.
If Germany takes off and freaking strikes at Russia, they're literally next door, right? It's probably best not to do that. At the same time, if you flip that as well, if Germany is not going to attack Russia, right, or ever, because they're so, because they're in such close proximity and it's going to be a disadvantage to them, well, guess what? This also means that that same Germany can align itself with Russia, trade with Russia, and nothing will happen to them. Because at that point, if you're messing with Germany, you're messing with a Russian ally, right? Which means you're now going to war with Russia. Nobody wants that. Not even the US, no matter how powerful you are. So then, with that being said, if you go out and you blow up a Nord Stream pipeline, which essentially rolls Germany back into like
1940s,
90s, pretty much, right? I don't think Germany is happy with you, or the other countries who are going to be suffering from that are happy with you. I don't think that Russia itself is happy with you, and I'm damn sure they're not going to be letting that fly without retaliation. All of this on the back of the US president actually coming out and saying that they were going to blow up the Nord Stream pipeline and they will make it happen. And it happened. So all of that, is just, when we look at a situation like this, right, where we have, like we were mentioning, was it Dubai trying to be the financial center?
Yep.
I think that is one of those things where they have to consider the outcome of trying to push for things like that. There will be outcomes. There will be consequences with things like that.
It goes back to bankers at the end of the day, because when you talk about the Nord Stream, you talk about these partnerships.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like I was saying earlier, the majority of the citizens have no clue what's going on behind the doors.
Yes.
These are big bank decisions. This
Yes.
is big bank transactions. BlackRock is involved in all of this.
Yes.
Big banks up stuff, and at the end of the day, it's banking.
It is banking. It is definitely
It's
banking.
all about resources and profit sharing.
And the only way, and that's the thing about it, is like for the average person, we cannot engage these people because there's all this bureaucracy, right? This is why we can use something like Bitcoin to cut through the bullshit. Because at the end of the day, the only reason these people are able to go about doing these things is because, remember, we read at the beginning, this whole banking system is there because people believe in it. People believe in it, and people hold your money in it. And as long as you're working and giving your money to them, you're just a slave because they're taking your money and doing whatever they want with it.
Destroying the world with
Right?
it.
Why
Printing more of it.
why they flood you on some digital numbers in your account. People in India scam people by changing HTML, bro. It's freaking numbers on a freaking screen.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, so with that, then I feel like I lost my train of thought there. But here's the bottom line. Okay, I think it is just, again, numbers that is being put on the screen, right? But when we move over to a Bitcoin standard, these people can no longer just print numbers on the screen to go and engage in whatever sort of shenanigans, wars, and so on and so forth, because we're all operating on a fixed ledger. So if society in general decides to start transacting in Bitcoin and only interacting in Bitcoin, we no longer now believe in this system. As you saw by the definition, this bank is being held together by belief. So if the belief is no longer there, then the bank dissipates, fades into thin air.
It removes the men
Exactly.
that create these wars
Exactly.
for fight for resources, and you just deal with the mathematical.
It takes away the
aspect
power
of it.
from the bankers.
Yeah.
Okay, and now you might be
It's
thinking,
just pure
well, how are we
transaction.
going to get loans? How are we going to do this? The reason why the banks are there is because you go put your money in there. Remember, again, it's held up by this belief. Bankers need customers. Banks need customers. Banks need capital. They need people's money to make certain things happen, right? if these people keep printing money and creating things, they're going to literally be in their own separate economy, which is not part of the Bitcoin economy or wherever everybody else is. But the banks need your money. They need to be able to create whatever sort of other business service that they have, which provides value to your life. They cannot move that service if they cannot accept your currency. And people decide what the currency is. So we need to decide to be on a currency that is not whatever we're looking at here. And maybe there'll be some change. There's been non-stop videos on the internet of people explaining the same concept, and I don't know why people don't get it, but it sucks that we're still
I
in
just
this
think that
in the state that we're in.
I think we just continue to have the wrong people in politics.
Yeah.
In government, people have just been so far away, and we have people in government that have been there for literally 20, 30 years, and they're just replaying or acting on past or continuation of past events. I think we need younger people that are willing to intersect, reject, and create a better innovative future than what we have in place right now. I think that's going to probably help us get to a better future. Otherwise, we are on the road to literally destruction. This could cause.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think we're on the road to Bitcoin standard. Do you have final thoughts, sir? Video is too long.
It's a really good video. I really do think that people need to watch it.
Well, there's nothing we can do. All we can do is post it. we can extend on this.
Yeah.
You know, let us know in the comments if you would like us to discuss this further, because just that alone is like multiple topics in one.
Yeah.
And I'm down to discuss it. If you also like to join us on a podcast and discuss it, let us know. We'll have you on the show.
Yep.
Final thoughts. Let's close this one out.
Yeah. There's a book out there that a lot of people are saying that you should read. I need to go check the book out as well. It's called The End of the World. It's just the beginning, and it talks about how fiat we are. We decided to change the word FUCK with fiat.
Okay.
So we're in a fiat type situation, and Bitcoin is the answer.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know what are your thoughts.
Talking of comments, we've been getting some serious comments from folks that are very brainwashed on the fucked fiat system.
What did they say? What did they say?
Well, they just all brought up they believe we are pushing what's it called?
What?
When people say that
Shilling coins?
No, what's it called? When you don't believe what's going on and you think people are just making it up.
Conspiracy?
Yeah, they said they think that we're pushing conspiracy theories.
It doesn't fucking matter. Only one of us is right. We'll wait and see. I don't care. I'm very happy and comfortable on the path that I'm on.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Shit. I mean, if you feel otherwise, that is fine. We welcome that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. But
you know what I mean?
this is what we want, though. We're not pushing you back. This
Yeah,
is
man,
so that
we
we
don't
can
care, dude.
we like that you commented that, and we'll definitely give you our feedback, not in an offensive way, but it's just unfortunate that you think it's conspiracy theory because of
No, as a matter of fact, I don't even think it's unfortunate. This is why I say all the time, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
We could be wrong. If you really think we're wrong, let's have a talk about it, man. Shoot us a message and let us know. Like, we'll have you on the show and we'll talk about it, because maybe we need to take your perspective and change our direction.
Yeah. So thanks for your comments.
Thank you for the
appreciate
comments.
it. Yeah.
Yes, God will bless you. Follow us on Facebook, STAKK. We're also on Instagram, STAKK. No, I said we're on Instagram. We've been banned on Instagram. And of course, we're on Spotify, STAKK. Until next time, you amazing ladies and gentlemen and alternatives, given the times that we're in now. Brazen out.
Double O out.